I got sucked into watching the new season of Love is Blind by my fiance. That is the only reason why we are here today. That's it. Today we're going to talk about Jimmy and Chelsea's forced relationship. Their relationship was a prime example as to why love is not blind. Like, at all. Not even a little bit. Jimmy was trying to convince himself the whole entire season that he was still in love with her outside of the pod. Now, let me remind you guys of their first interaction with each other.
Can't run, I can't run.
Oh my goodness. Look at here.
Tell me when it's over.
Okay.
What is happening?
Let's have the awkward sit. We really need the awkward sit.
I hate the awkward sit.
Is it what you expected?
No.
She definitely lied to me on some how she looked.
See, he was so stuck on that.
Chelsea told me she looked like Megan Fox.
Boom! I've been saying it the whole time. That was the moment.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
She definitely lied to me about how she looked.
When Chelsea said in the pods that she looked like Megan Fox or that people have told her that she looked like Megan Fox, I don't know why she would lie like that. That was just straight up blasphemy. Like, yo! And I knew that Jimmy literally picked this girl because he really thought deep down inside that she looked like Megan Fox. One of the reasons as to why he chose her, right? Because, look, we all know that he would have never chose her if he didn't get into a little argument with Jess. Jimmy picked Chelsea last minute. You feel me? That was a last minute decision, and we all knew that he did it, right? But that was Chelsea number one from the get-go. I mean, look, if you're competing against a guy, like, I think his name was Travis, where he's constantly reassuring her, right? Loving on her. I mean, he was straight up pandering to Chelsea, right? Like, if you're winning against a guy like that in the game, then you know that the woman is head over heels for you, right? Like, you don't really have to do anything. I think in this situation, we all know that Chelsea was chasing Jimmy, and it was never the other way around. But nonetheless, I think Jimmy still tried, right? He still tried to put his best foot forward, especially after he saw Chelsea, right? Like, yeah, he wasn't attracted to her. Look, a lot of the viewers thought she was unattractive. Look, I ain't gonna say nothing too much, but Chelsea, you know, somebody out there like Travis think that she looked good, but it is what it is. He wasn't attracted to her. We all got our preferences. However, he tried to look past that. But Chelsea's attitude, Chelsea literally was problematic and annoying as hell. And might I say, clingy as fuck. So imagine that. You're with a woman and you know you're not really attracted to her, and then she has a badass attitude. How can you really get with that? And I just wish that Jimmy was a lot more straightforward early on, because at the end of the day, we all knew that this wasn't going to work out. Trying to put a square in a round hole is never going to fit. And that is exactly what they both were trying to do. Like I said, Chelsea is problematic. Why is she problematic? Because she likes to argue. She likes to argue. I think arguing is probably like her favorite thing to do, because the amount of arguments that I have seen, it's like every episode. Maybe one episode that they weren't arguing. Like every episode, Chelsea finds a reason to nag and complain. She just likes to fight, and it's over menial things, in my opinion. Oh, you didn't kiss me all day. Oh, you didn't say hi to me. Oh, you don't tell me I love you. And when you tell me I love you, you tell me I love you like, I love you, shrug. Like, what the hell? Chelsea, can you find something else and bigger and more important to argue about? Like, really? If you feel like he hasn't kissed you in fucking, I don't know, 24 hours and you're wanting a kiss, then go kiss him. Like, why are you sitting there complaining about things that you can actually go ahead and actually do yourself? You feel me? Like, why? It's almost like she was making these little things bigger issues. And one of the reasons I think that she was doing that is because she is insecure, and she's been in relationships with other guys that have cheated on her and probably dogged her out. But Chelsea loves bomb. Chelsea lays it on thick. Chelsea is the girl that you would take out and she would tell you, I love you, literally the same night. Like, yo, you don't even know me like that. But Chelsea loving you. Oh, man. But she thinks about, like, being this type of person and stuff like that, right? She has all right to play this like victim, right? Like, oh, you're doing X, Y, and Z to me, and she could never see her involvement in a situation, and which is why I just thought that Chelsea was just straight up annoying, right? You're sitting here confronting Jimmy about certain things, and you don't want to own your own shit. You're not perfect. You're hella annoying. You are clingy, and you like to argue. The whole world saw you in that way. You would think that if you're coming on a show like Love is Blind, you would think that a lot of people would be serious, right? Because theoretically, if all goes well, you're going to marry this person. However, this was not the case in this relationship at all. I don't think any of them were really serious. I don't think any of them took the time to really be the best version of themselves prior to them coming on this show, because they both were incompatible and they both would never be able to function together because they don't even know how to get along. So how the hell are you gonna be married? You have to actually get along with an individual, like the individual, right? To move in with them. Now you doing all this stuff in a short period of time. And, Chelsea, for some reason, thought that, oh, she could just say whatever she wants. She could just do whatever she wants. And she was going to get married. No, not at all. No, that's not how it works. And I don't blame him for not getting married to Chelsea. I would just wish that he would have said it sooner. You feel me? That's the only thing. Like, I just wish he would have just been more straightforward. But outside of that, he really used to let Chelsea just dig into him. Like, Jimmy was just taking that. I would watch episodes and I would straight up tell my fiance, I would look at her and I'd be like, if you would have talked to me like that, absolutely not. So clearly, both of these individuals never had that much respect for each other. I think Chelsea had less respect for Jimmy, to be quite honest, because she said a lot of fucked up shit when she was hurt, or she was feeling insecure, or she was feeling like Jimmy wasn't doing something that she wanted him to do. She would automatically come at him full force, nothing held back. And yeah, of course, she exposed his whole secret about him having sex with one of his friends. Yeah, by saying it on, national TV, and we're all watching. And of course, she didn't think it was a big deal at all. And it's just like, how can you be in a relationship with somebody that you sat there and you told them something and then they sit there and they expose it? Like, come on. When you in a relationship and you guys start talking about your past and talking about all these other things, both of you guys are being vulnerable with each other. So it's a level of trust that you have in each other. So all you did was just take out of the trust bucket. Like, if I can't sit there and tell you something without you opening your mouth and saying it out loud, why would I want to be married to you? Why? There's absolutely no way. There's just a lot of things, in my opinion, that Chelsea just blew way out of control. But that's exactly what Jimmy gets, though, honestly. Because Jimmy thought that by choosing Chelsea that she was going to be a little bit more reserved, docile when compared to Jess. And little did he know, in my humble opinion, Chelsea was not docile. She wasn't this sweet girl next door. No, she was aggressive as hell, and she was problematic in comparison to Jessica, let's say, based on all the interactions that I've seen both of these women have with Jimmy. Whatever she was doing in the pods was clearly a facade. It was not really who Chelsea is at all. On top of the fact that she also did not look like Megan Fox. What a shame. I know he was disappointed. The minute she said that shit, I was like, wow, out of all people to compare yourself to, this is the woman that you decided to pick? So here's the thing. They both didn't come into this situation 100%. Both of them. They both had things that they definitely should have worked on before they even got on the show and did all of this stuff. But I'm just glad that they didn't, marry each other, because we all know how that would have ended. Jimmy tried all the way to the end, right, where he decided to not move forward in the relationship, right? But here's the thing, and I just want to say this. When a man is feeling you, you don't got to force him to be all up on you. Even if that individual may not necessarily be into like PDA and all this other stuff, they going to be on your body. They going to be on that ass. Trust me. I know. Touch up on you, fill up on you. He's going to be intimate with you. Like, he's going to do that. It's going to be natural. Feel me? Natural. He could probably go the whole day without kissing you. You feel me? Because sometimes when you're in a relationship, That could happen every now and then. I'm not saying it's a frequent thing, but it can happen every now and then. Give each other grace. You're in a relationship. You are with this individual and you're going to be with this individual for the rest of your life. Give each other grace. And Chelsea just couldn't give Jimmy any type of grace. And to me, that just made her appear uglier. Her personality sucked. And them together, it was just, what's the reason? Why are you even doing this? And in conclusion, love is not blind and it will never be. Okay? It will never be. And the reason it will never be is because it's a very small percentage, right, where this experiment could work, right? But it would have worked regardless of whether or not they would have came on the show or not. You know, some people are just made for each other almost, right? So if a show brings them together or if the club brings them together or what have you, it would have still just happened. But the fact of the matter is that love is not blind and it will never be, because love is just not enough. Attraction is just not enough. You have to be compatible with this person. You guys have to get along. You guys have to be able to communicate, problem solve, find resolutions. Resolutions is a big thing if you're going to be in a long-term relationship. Like, if you really love this person, you should be trying to fix things. You should not be going in like, oh, I'm trying to argue about everything. There are certain things that you do got to roll off your back. You feel me? Especially if you know that it's not that serious. Oh, you didn't, put the seat down. You didn't put your toothbrush away. Like, is that shit that you always gonna bring up? No, there are bigger fish to fry. Way bigger things to argue about if you guys are arguing or in a dispute. All these little things, it's really not that serious. With that being said, let me know what you guys think down below. Stay tuned, be blessed, and I'll be back with another one. All right? Peace. It's never a right time to say goodbye, but I gotta make the first move, because if you don't, you're gonna start hating me. Cause I really don't feel the way I once felt about you. Girl, it's not you, it's me. I gotta figure out what I need. Whoa.